speculation that he could be drafted second overall by the Commanders. Gambling odds are making it look like they think Daniels is 2 and Drake May is 3. However, Jayden Daniels, reportedly, his ideal landing spots are the Raiders or Vikings. Now, I say this reportedly because there's no actual quote that Daniels said this, but we know his connection to the Raiders head coach and obviously the Vikings, which everybody knows are ready-made. There are reports that Daniels doesn't want to play for Washington, but he dismissed those, saying he'd be blessed to go wherever he's called.
If a kid doesn't say it, I'm not going to speculate.
Right.
I don't.
I mean, I think people are just, at this stage, people are guessing, looking for content.
I'll be honest with you. I tend to, whenever I get into a situation like this, I think, what if I was the player? I think Washington's exciting. I think they have playmakers. I think it's a winnable division. I think Dan Quinn will make sure I don't have to win shootouts. Kingsbury's worked with quarterbacks like me who can throw and move. I think Washington's exciting. They got Terry McLaurin, so you got a go-to wide receiver. They've got some nice pieces. Again, you're not going to the NFC North now that's stacked or the AFC North that's stacked. That's a winnable division. We're an overpaid Dak. Nick Sirianni may not last. Giants are a bit of a mess. I think Washington's an incredibly exciting place to go to. And Adam Peters running the front office. The owner's out. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in Washington right now. That bad stink is gone. This is an exciting time in Washington.
They should be much improved. They could win the division with the right pick here.
Absolutely could win it.
I just, again, I don't want to harp on the COVID draft, but go if you run the tape about what all these people were saying about Trey Lance and Justin Fields and Mac Jones. Everybody loved everybody, right? That's what they do. Everybody seems to love Jayden Daniels.
Well, he was highly productive.
Wow, Brian Kelly offense, 2 really good NFL first-round receivers.
Well, Joe Burrow in the same school, he was really productive, and he had 2 NFL receivers. Okay. You can't blame Jayden because he goes to LSU.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying the scenario was really good for him. Listen, I like him.
All right.
I wish him luck.
Fair.
I know you love him, so.
Well, I think he's really, really good.
All right, so off of the draft, this is interesting. So the Lions yesterday made Amon-Ra St. Brown the highest-paid receiver in the league. So today, they've handed Penei Sewell, the offensive lineman, a 4-year, $112 million deal, $85 million guaranteed. Wait for it. Highest-paid offensive lineman in the NFL at $28 million a year. So hold on. They make the receiver the highest paid, and now their tackle the highest paid. Smart moves. Colin, Jared Goff entering the final year of his deal. Yeah. According to Adam Schefter, no deal is imminent on Goff. Yeah. What is really happening in Detroit?
First of all, I would absolutely lock in Penei Sewell. He's great. I have no problem locking in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Great kid, grinder, worked his butt off, a catching machine. I like Jared Goff a lot, but if Jared wants to be a top 5 paid quarterback, then you have to consider options because Aiden Hutchinson in 2 years is going to get the bag. So they've got the right people being paid. Left tackle, star receiver, and Hutchinson eventually. You would like the quarterback to be in that group too, but this is the Dak thing. If I'm Jared Goff, I've been to a Super Bowl. I want to win. Jared's made a fortune in this league. He's durable. He was at Cal. He is in the NFL. He hasn't gotten banged up. I'd take a little less if I was Jared Goff. I've said it.
I would take a little less.
Well, I've said before, I'm not here to tell athletes what to do.
Right.
But when you get a great environment, that Detroit front office is out of this world good. That offensive line is insane. It can't all be about money. If you want to retain that O-line, and that, I think you have to consider taking less.
I think that's, I mean,
Brady took less.
Respectfully, that is silly. Okay,
Brady
I'll
took
tell you right now, if I'm Jared Goff, I walk in. The opening line is, you see what Daniel Jones made? 40 mil? Yeah. I'm better than him. I'm not taking a cent less than him.
Okay, you know what I'd say? That's a poorly run franchise. We're a well-run franchise.
Okay,
we can now trade you there if you'd like.
Well, we just had an awesome run to the NFC Championship game. I didn't see Daniel Jones do that. I'm sorry. I am a better quarterback. I'm more productive than him. And if you want to offer me less than him, I'm out. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
Well,
go find another quarterback to get you to the NFC Championship.
We don't let the New York Giants making bad decisions affect our good decisions. We're 2 separate businesses.
Okay.
And I'm not saying you have to make less than Daniel Jones, but we're not getting into a tug of war with other teams financially for Jared Goff. And I'm a Jared Goff fan. But there are times players need to look in the mirror. I said this about D. Wade years ago. You go to Miami, no state tax, aqua water, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra. and players want to play with you, take less. Don't go to Chicago, which he did, and an hour later went, yeah, that was dumb. There are certain breaks in life that you have to own up to the breaks. If you got to go play in Miami in the NBA with Spoelstra and Pat Riley, you have hit the Powerball lottery. If you get Brad Holmes upstairs in this own line as a quarterback for the next 6 years, you have hit the Powerball lottery.
No way.
Jared Goff rarely gets touched.
Okay, it's easy for you to say that. You know, radio guy, Joe Radio guy's making $10 million a year, and you know, your radio people come to you and say, hey, we're willing to offer you $7. You're going to be like, get the hell out of here. That guy's inferior to me. I'm the man.
Yeah, but what if my management was amazing and I barely had to work, barely had to lift a finger, and old Joe Radio guy's out there slaving over a hot stove?
You see he's laughing. Trust me. Listen, I like Jared Goff a lot. Daniel Jones did not have a market. Nobody was paying anywhere near that. Jared Goff will have a market,
why
right?
do I own a little company. You own a little bit of a soccer team. Do you let poorly run teams dictate terms for the league? The Mariners paid Robinson Cano for a decade. Why do people have to go, well, the Mariners are poorly run, we have to follow suit? Don't let bad businesses dictate terms in the marketplace.
So what do you believe is Jared Goff's market? Because I'll tell you right now, remember I said robust market for Justin Fields? We laughed, ha, ha, ha.
No, Jared Goff is a top 10, 12 quarterback. He'll have a market.
And someone will pay him $40 million in a heartbeat.
But if Jared Goff controls this, the Lions don't. Jared Goff does. If I'm Jared Goff, I go, yeah, I don't want to play in Carolina. No, thank you. I'm from L.A. I'm sorry. I don't want to play in Carolina. I don't want to buy another home. He's got a big place in Hermosa. He doesn't want to buy another.
He's building a big house near my friends out here in L.A.
I'm just saying, he's got a damn good life. Part of the great life is great run game, great GM, never gets touched with that offensive line, plays inside in a dome. And in a division without a great defense in the division, I'm staying in Detroit.
Detroit was a few minutes away from the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, and you're willing to move off him because the price isn't right? I'm stunned.
Have to consider it.
That is insanity. By the way, who's the backup in Detroit? I don't know the answer. I'm just asking you. The backup ain't getting. Ben Johnson, is he sticking around if Jared Goff's not there? This is.
I have to call Gardner Minshew.
For the sake of this show, I hope that the Lions push back against Goff. That would be a critical mistake. A lot of Lions fans listen, because anytime we talk about him, I see stuff toward us on social media.
By the way, nobody did what the Browns did with Deshaun Watson and gave a guaranteed contract. Does everybody in the league have to do that? That was stupid. Okay. Well, if the Browns are poorly run and the Giants are poorly run, and I think the Giants ownership forced the hand of Joe Shine and Daboll. Why do I have to follow suit with the Browns and the Giants? Those are losing franchises the last 10 years.
Okay, so Dak Prescott, it seems to have lowered his asking price, by the way.
Yeah, should.
So you're telling me 45 is too much for Jared Goff?
40,
you said 40, on the show he's better than Dak.
49. Move on.
You'd pay Goff 49?
Yeah.
Oh, what are we arguing about?
Well, the top of the market's 58.60.
No, he's not getting that. But I'd say more than Daniel Jones.
Okay, Daniel makes 45. I'll give you 45 and a dime. 45 and a penny.
Final story.